All right, what it do, baby boo? Okay, we are back here officially, the second episode of Turn the Page. I think that's what we're calling it for sure. I think that's gonna be like the main, and then we're gonna have like different like that's gonna be the big top, and then we're gonna have like extensions underneath if we want to do like other stuff. I don't know. I was talking to my cat Cuddy about it, and he was giving me some good feedback. So it's just crazy. I was just like thinking, like 10 years ago, I didn't even know what a podcast was. Like, I remember listening to like Chicklets and being like, this is awesome. Like, you just get like interviews like of these like former players that used to play in the league and like the NHL. And then like a decade later, it's just like it's all I listen to. Like I don't know, like Chicklets, 32, Empty Netters, HB3, like TII Nation, like Winged Wheel Podcast, shout out them. Yeah, like Theo, Rogan. It's just crazy. It's all I listen to, like insane. But today, this is gonna be another Red Wings episode, so stick around for that. This is July 22nd, 2026. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday, Coach Page. That guy's a real G. Happy birthday. But today we are going to get into some Red Wings stuff, and they still do not have a boss. No boss. That's why you've seen Larkin, tarps off, just absolutely launched at the World Cup game. But, hey, do you, Do you, Dylan. I'd love to see it, brother. But, yeah, here we go. So what we're going to do today is talk about the Red Wings, talk about possible, like, trade packages for Larkin, if that still happens. I hope so. And I'll get into that. Then we're going to kind of take a look at, like, free agents, see what's still left. I mean, we can't really do the free agent thing until we kind of figure out what Larkin's going to do. And then at the end, we're going to kind of take a look at like the future GM candidates. I came up with 10 guys, like just from hearing stuff on like podcasts and like people spreading the word on, X and Twitter. It's Twitter and all that shit. So I got 10 and we'll go over that towards the end. But right now what we're going to do is I'm going to go over what I would do if I was GM, and don't put it out of the realm of possibility, because I'm just saying, they text, the Red Wings text me a lot. Usually it's trying to get me to come to the game and or buy some season tickets, but you never know. It could be one of those texts, could be like, hey, Paige, we are interested in your services, and we heard your first podcast. We want you on the payroll. And I'm like, dude, all right, let's go. And yeah, the 2030s are going to be filled with Stanley Cups. So, all right, so let's just go over first thing I would do if I was GM. All right, I got 3 things I would do. First thing I would do, and people keep telling me not to worry about it. People are like, you don't need to worry. I'm worried. I'm very worried. People say there's a 1% chance. Sign Simon Edvinsson right now. This would have been done after his first game if I was GM. I'm just kidding, but kind of. Like, why is this taking so long? I mean, especially after we just seen what happened with Leo Carlson. Like, why is this still going on? Like, I get it's the middle of summer, but like, can we get this wrapped up? Like, just whatever we got to do. 7 or 8 years. I don't care if we got to do the 7 years. I don't care if we got to do like 5. Let's just get this locked up and dealt with. Because, I mean, I get it, like, we would match any offer, so, like, I get the low percentages, but it'd just make me and I think a lot of the Red Wings fan base feel better if we just got it done. Because, like, then what if it doesn't get done? Like, the season is pretty close. Like, 84 games, that means we're going to start end of September, right? I think so. So that's 2 months away. And time flies. If you haven't noticed, it does. It is very fast, and it does not stop. But that's a different conversation for today. But in 2 months, it'll be the season. And we don't want this going into training camp. Like, yeah, Edvinson's not skating at camp because, no. I'm already getting bad feelings just thinking about that. So let's not do that. So let's get that taken care of. First thing I would do as GM, sign that contract with Evanson. All right, move on. All right, the next thing I would do is talk to Mr. DeBrincat, Alex DeBrincat. 40 goal scorer. Cute. I mean, you could argue besides Mo, he was our best player on the team last year. He maybe over. No, it was Mo, but he was right there. I mean, what a year he had. Like, he was just providing everything, like from the energy to the goals, obviously. But yeah, I love Cat, and I would like DeBrincat to stay a Red Wing for the rest of his career. That's completely up to him, but he has 1 year left, so I'm gonna say what I would do. Like, I'm the GM. All right, like we know, I don't know shit about hockey, but I would set up a meeting with him and say, what do you want to do from here? Like, because Kane's not coming back, and they're good friends. But that always doesn't matter. But what does he want to do? Does he want to be here for? Who knows what we're going into? No one knows because we still don't have a boss. But we would like him here, right? I would love him here. Obviously, this 40-goal pace is not going to keep up, but still, the kid, like, he's one of those small forwards that, like, finds a way to get in the middle of the shit all the time, too. And, like, I don't, like, every time he fights, I'm like, I get excited, but I'm like, this is the last person on our team that should be fighting. But he's got it all. Like, what a shot. Like, I believe he is going to be 29 or 30. I don't know. But, after 30, it starts, especially in hockey years, after like 20, it starts going quick. But I would love for him to stay. Like, hometown, he's got a family here. Let's just keep it going, And, if there gets to a point where, like, okay, the Red Wings are never going to be good. If it gets to that point, like 2 or 3 years down the road, then we can talk about, all right, where do you want to go? Let's get you somewhere where you can get a cup or something. But, like, right now, it's like, no, he's a huge key piece to our team. I don't think we can afford to lose DeBrincat and then go forward no matter what we do. If it's like a tear down rebuild, if it's like we're going to try and stay competitive, all situations, all roads lead to not good without DeBrincat. So I would like to get an extension done there. And like I said, if he doesn't want to be here, if he's like, not a chance, dipping out, then that sucks, and we're going to have to go the route of trading him. Let's just not lose him for nothing, but let's try and get him locked up because he is a key part here. So then the third thing, obviously, the Dylan Larkin of it all, we got to trade him. And I actually just read something today, could be bullshit, who knows, but it said the Red Wings ownership, part of the reasons they fired Yzerman was to hopefully smoothie out with Dylan Larkin. And yeah, I don't want that though. Like, yeah, he's awesome, he's great, like, cool, but like he showed his colors, like he wants to go. So I don't really want him here as a fan. I want him to do whatever he wants to do. Like, I'm not going to be one of those fans that burn the jersey or, like, I'll boo him for sure at LCA. I will. Sorry. But I'm not going to burn the jersey. I'm not going to wish bad on him. Wherever Larkin goes next, I really hope the best for him. And I hope he gets the cup. I hope he ggets a chance at the cup. Yeah, obviously, look at the teams he provided to get traded to. So he's going to have a chance. But, no, I wish him the best, It's just I don't want him here anymore. He showed me that this wasn't working for him or for us, for the Red Wings. So let's go ahead and get that deal done. And that right there is the whole anchor in everything on where we go. And I know I said this a few times last, like, we don't know where we go until we have a boss or where Larkin's going. So let's just go down the road. Let's pretend I'm still GM, and let's go down the road that we're going to trade him. And because hear me out. All right. When I say this, I know I'm talking about a professional hockey player. Okay, I'm well aware. I just play men's adult beer league, so I get it. Also, Crosby was my favorite player, still one of my favorite growing up. I remember the first few years Crosby was in the league. You know, the constant chirping, whining at the refs, it was embarrassing. And then imagine being the only guy in the team that likes Crosby. Everybody likes Ovechkin. You're getting torched for that. But that changed, and he was 18 years old. Crosby was, and that made its way out of his game. He still gets a little beaky here and there, but you just can't take that out of him. But he stopped going at the refs so much, and I've heard that he really regrets that part of his career. And what I'm going to say next, like I said, he's a professional hockey player and everything, but I watch every Red Wings game. It's happening at least once a game where something happens to Larkin and he's looking at the refs or he's yelling at someone. And I don't like that shit. And as I say that, I know I'm the same guy that did that, does that at beer league. I know I'm that guy, so whatever. But I'm not the Red Wings captain. I'm not. I just play beer league. I don't want my Red Wings captain doing that. And some games it's pretty bad where he's going at him, and I'm sure there's been moments where has he gotten a penalty from the ref for just unsportsmanlike? Why can't I remember that now? I feel like he has. The only thing I can remember is when he pointed out Brady Tkachuk fighting behind the ref's back after the Olympics, and he got him caught. But I don't know. I'm sure Larkin's got in trouble for that. But I don't know. He's been through a lot too. I just I didn't like that, and I could see it spreading to the team, and I don't know anything, like I said, but I seen Raymond started to do that last year, and you just don't want the team to the rest of the team to pick up on this pissy poor attitude. And I shouldn't be saying that. Like I said, he's a professional hockey player, captain of the Red Wings, but it just seemed like he was doing that every single game, and I'm like, dude, that's not what I want my leader to be doing. Let's put the C on the real leader, Michael Rasmussen. I'm just kidding. For real, Moritz Seider hasn't missed a game. Give it to the machine. But saying that, I did come up with some trade packages for Dylan Larkin, and I'm gonna rank them. And what I tried to do, I made 9. So I gave you 9 teams. I know he only gave us 4, but who knows? With the new GM, maybe we expand that list. Maybe he comes back. Please don't. But you never know. So I got it from 4 to 9. So pretty much double. Who cares? What happens? Who knows what happens? So let's see. The first trade package I got is for Anaheim. And I'm trying to be realistic with these. I'm trying to I think that the Wings, and I've been guilty of this too, are overvaluing Larkin's his trade. Why can't I think of the word? Is it potential? It could be. I don't know. I do words a lot. I should know this. But his trade, they're saying his wow, you're asking for way too much for a 2C, which he's a 1C, but it's 28, 29 1C. But he's the heart of the team. He's the heart of our team, pretty much. He's been the leader for 7+ years now. So, yeah, I kind of want a good deal back. So, first we're going to go to Anaheim, who is not on the list. But, who knows? Could be on some Jericho shit, and Pat Verbeek, you just made the list. You never know. So, what I'm going to ask here could be outrageous. I don't know. But I think they're going to try and move some money around with Cutter Gauthier coming up. So I think with us taking this certain player and then getting this in a draft pick, I think it could work. So hear me out. Dylan Larkin goes to Anaheim for Alex Killorn, Roger McQueen, and the 27 first. So I think the draft pick is where we probably get stopped at and be like, no, that's totally unreasonable. So you know what I'm going to say? All right, make it a 27 third, and I'll do it. Roger McQueen, I think that's the main thing I'm looking for here in a Larkin deal is getting. You're not going to replace Larkin and obviously not in the lineup this season. Maybe down the road. That's what I'm kind of looking for. To get someone in the system that's like, all right, we had to kick it back maybe a couple more years, but this guy should be ready to go. It could be like a 1 or a 2C in 3 years. And I like that McQueen kid. I don't know if you guys remember on the draft, they flew him from a helicopter. I think it was, not Schaefer draft, so 2 years ago. They flew him on a helicopter from the draft to Disney World because he got picked by Anaheim. And this kid was just like, okay, yeah. Like, it was wild to watch. It was pretty funny. But, all right, so that's my first one. We're going to go with the Ducks. Next, we're going to go to Boston and another team that is not on Larkin's list. But I've heard it get brought up a few times. I don't want to do this one because what I want, I don't think they would give. So we're going to kind of go the same approach here, and we're going to go Dylan Larkin for Nikita Zadorov, Will Zellers, and give me that Toronto Maple Leafs protected first. See, that seems like a lot too, right? It seems like way too much. Now, what if I tell you I would do it for, don't even give me a roster player. Give me Will Zellers and give me that Maple Leafs protected pick. Because that's going to be, a lot of people want that. A lot of people want that around the league. I think that would be decent, but like I said, I don't even know if that would work. I don't know if Larkin's price is that high. So there's the Bruins one, and I would hate trading him to the Bruins. Like I said, I don't know if I could wish Larkin the best. I don't know if I could do that if he was a Bruin, because fuck the Bruins. But sorry, Powers Brothers. Shout out Empty Netters. The next one I got is for Carolina, and this one I got a little crazy too. But I'm kind of going with kind of the Anaheim package. And for some reason, Carolina wants to trade Nikishin. Don't know why. But Carolina, shocker, another team not on Dylan Larkin's trade list, even though they just won the Stanley Cup. So you never know. This could change. But here we go. Dylan Larkin for Alexander Nikishin. Bring me Jesperi Kotkaniemi and his 4-point whatever contract. I don't care. I think there's some more left in that kid. I really do. Shout out Matt. You know what I'm talking about. There really is some. I don't know. It's worth the risk to me. And then another 27 first. But if they don't want to give me the first, give me the third. Like I said, again, with like I did in the Anaheim, the pick really doesn't matter. If I'm getting a player like Nikishin back and I'm getting Kotkaniemi, which I know everyone is down on him. But what if he was our third-line center? Are you telling me that anyone in our bottom six right now deserves a shot more? Like, you want to put Appleton over? No. Give Kotkaniemi a shot. He hardly got to play last year. Maybe if he did, I missed it, and maybe that's why he was scratched the whole playoffs, and everyone's like, dude, this guy is an idiot. Like, his game's gone. But how could it be? Like, he's under 25, right? And that 4.2 deal, I mean, if he's a good third, fourth line player, why not? So I like that deal because I love Nikishin. That would be the perfect. I know Edmondson is perfect right now, but I would like to see him with ASP at some point on the second pair. You put Nikishin and Seider together, that's a Stanley Cup top four right there. It is. And I haven't even brought up Justin Falk yet, and I don't know what we're going to do with him, but I'm not really as worried about Falk and Gibson as I am with the Brinkat because I want to keep the cat. But shout out Justin Falk, though. He's been great for us. So that's a Stanley Cup top four, and you know it. All right. Next, we're going to go to the Dallas Stars. So this is a team that Dylan Larkin actually does have on his trade list. I know, right? They just got added, though, like a couple weeks ago. They didn't make the initial cut, but Larkin added them. So, obviously, I just want Rope Hintz, just 1-for-1, but that's not going to happen. So, what I got here is Liam Bichel, Emil Hemming, and a 27 first. I'll make it a 27 second, and I'll still do it. I don't know about a 27 third. But that Bichel, I love Liam Bichel. He might be a top 10 player for me in the league. Nikishin is as well, but this Bichel is just a big 6'7", 6'8", like big Swiss defenseman that just, I know he got punked down by Corey Perry, but this guy's a problem, especially in front of the net. Not as good as Nikishin, and definitely not a first pair. Like, I would put him like a 4 or 5 guy, maybe even a 6 on a cup team, but he's nice. I like him. And that Hemming kid is nice too. So I kind of like that package from Dallas if we got nothing else to give. I did hear, because Robertson just signed yesterday, so today's the 22nd of July. He just signed yesterday a 1-year deal at $12 million per with Dallas. And part of me was like, why did we wait all this time for him just to do exactly what was supposed to happen like 2 months ago? But I don't know. Like, everything's weird. So like maybe they're doing that to trade him. Maybe they got something worked out, which is why I want to bring up this one that I heard on the Wing Wheel podcast. Want to give credit to them, and I believe it was Max Boltman who brought this up, and it's a 3-way trade. So I'm not too familiar on how these work, but I think it's kind of simple when you think about it. He brought this one up. So Dallas would get Larkin, Chicago would get Jason Robertson, and then we would get Frank Nazar and Chicago's 27 first. And I would have done that deal yesterday. I mean, that works out for all of them. Like, that works out for all 3 teams, I think. Like, especially with Bedard just signing that 5-year ticket. Like, the clock's going. Like, you got to start building around Bedard. Give him Robertson. Huge. Now, would Jason Robertson go there? Who knows? Because he pretty much just wants to stay in Dallas. But that's a nice 3-way trade. I figured I'd touch on it. I heard that the other day. Shout out Wing Wheel. Shout out Max Boltman. All right, the next team, which is also on Dylan Larkin's trade list, is the Minnesota Wild. So what I'm going to bring up here, this probably has already been pitched, I would assume, and just isn't going to happen. But here's the one I got for this. So Dylan Larkin goes to Minnesota. Detroit gets goalie Jesper Wallstedt. Wild fans are already saying no. Jonas Brodin, Danila Yurov, and a 27 third. So I feel like I'm asking for a bit too much there. And Brodin is just, I've always liked him. So let's even just take him out. So Wallstedt, Yurov, and a 27 third. At this point, I would do it. Shout out Andy, because he's been, I said this last episode about the Wallstedt thing. He's been on Wallstedt since before he got picked. He's nasty. That's a goalie you're going to have for the next 10 years, probably. Like, he is going to be a good starter in this league. So that's why I doubt Minnesota gives it up. But if they want the cup and if they like Gustafsson enough, maybe. You heard he was on the block last year, which shocked me, but what if he is again? So that's one to keep an eye on. That's one I would for sure do. Now let's move to San Jose, which is definitely not on Larkin's list, but could you convince him to be the 2C behind Macklin Celebrini? That'd be sick. Like, Sharks have sick jerseys. Like, they've got the best young core in the league. Every draft, they just smoke it out of the park. So this one, I asked for a couple prospects and a 27 second. So Michael Misa from San Jose, Quentin Musty, shout out Quentin Musty, and we give them Larkin. That's probably asking too much now, but I'm at the point where I would just go Larkin for Misa straight up. I just get him off the team. I'm sorry. I know. I believed in him for too long. That was my captain forever. I rode, even when everyone would talk shit, I would just, no, he can do it. He's the captain. But at this point, dude, just get rid of him. And I would just go, you want to do a 1-for-1? Whatever. Larkin for Misa. But that's why I would get fired. But no, I mean, if you include another prospect in there, or like that Alex Bear-Belouet, he could fit on our fourth line, or I got here a 27-second. So Michael Misa in a 27-second. It's called a day. Let's get it done. But let me also bring up another three-way trade I heard on the Winged Wheel podcast. So another one. This one was by Prashanth Thayer, though. I believe he suggested this one. And again, involves Robertson. So who knows with him just signing yesterday. But this one would be Dallas gets Larkin, Detroit gets Misa, and San Jose gets Robertson. And they all just walk away, and it's over. And that's it. Robertson, California ties. So I don't know. I guess you could see that one. Next, I'm going to move to Tampa Bay, which you have to look pretty hard at this one because what do they have to trade? I don't know if they have a pick in the next 4 drafts, which is not true. They do, but and they just signed that Jack Pridham kid, so asking for him in a trade's probably not going to happen. But give me Yanni Gourde and 27 first, and I'll call it a deal. If you know me, you know I got love for Yanni Gourde. That's top 3 player in the league for me. I mean, just to have that type of player on the Red Wings, man, I've been begging for the Red Wings to get Yanni Gourde. But 27 first, Yanni Gourde, you want Larkin, get it done. I should bring up again, Tampa is not one of the teams on Larkin's trade list, so who knows. All right, down to our 8th team. This is the last one that's not on the trade list, and it's Utah. And I was hesitant to even bring them up with they just signed Trocheck, so it kind of fills that 2C. But what if you had Trocheck as 3C? And I'm still going after Caleb Desnoyers. So Utah gets Dylan Larkin, and Detroit gets Caleb Desnoyers and a 27 first. Like I said, I don't even need the draft pick. Just give me Desnoyers. I don't know, throw in Jack McBain. Don't even give me a pick. We'll give you Larkin. That Desnoyers is nice. So what I'm looking for here is just pretty much a future replacement for Larkin. Because we're not going to get one for right now. It's just not going to happen. And the only way I could see a roster-for-roster deal working out is the Carolina one. Which brings me to the last team that is on Dylan Larkin's little baby trade list. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but it's Vegas. So if we're trading with Vegas and they want Larkin, then you have to give me William Karlsson. And you have to give me a 27 first, too. Because fuck Vegas. But, Vegas, another one of those teams that Larkin provided us to trade him to that has absolutely nothing to give. Unless you want to take someone off their roster, which they just don't want to do because they're trying to win the Stanley Cup and yada, yada, yada. We've heard this thing over and over. But Vegas, you want Dylan Larkin. The price is William Karlsson. And I'll take a pick, but I don't really need it. So those are my Larkin trade packages. The ones I have at the top, obviously that 3-way with trade with Chicago, us getting Nazar and a pick would be incredible. That's probably at my top. San Jose would also be at my top. I would love Misa on the team. He played for Saginaw. Bring him home. And then Carolina is another team I would just... If we can get Nikishin and Kotkaniemi, that's 2 roster players for sure. So go ahead and do that. But then you got to get Larkin to approve, so... Yeah. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, Larkin was getting pretty loose at the World Cup game, so he's enjoying his summer, and good for him. He deserves it, Gold medal. Missed the playoffs again. Why not? So, all right. Now we are going to take a look at the free agent market just to see what's still out there and realistically what we could maybe take a sniff on, a little sniffer, and see if it cracks. This is what I tried to tell everybody too. I want to bring this up right now. Is if you notice, the past few years, when the Red Wings, when free agent time rolls around, if you're wondering, why can't we get these bigger guys, or if you're wondering, why does every player we sign, why are they born, why are they from Michigan? Why do they all have Michigan ties? Because that's pretty much the only thing the Red Wings have in leverage right now when it comes to the free agent market or the trades. So, like, when you see a lot of these, like, Cop, who this kid we signed the other day, Ronnie Attard, Michigan-born kids signing back here, because that's pretty much the only thing we're selling them on. We didn't make playoffs again, you know? Like, there's not much, like, we don't know what we're doing without Larkin. We're close. We're on the trajectory, but with Larkin, we're kind of stalled out right now. So it's just something like you pick up on over the years when you're like, oh, another guy from Clinton Township, or that dude, another Waterford kid. Oh, he's from Washington, Michigan. Like, why are all these guys from Michigan? Oh, okay, that's why. Because most of the top guys are trying to play for like the top 5 teams in the league. Like I said, we're in like the player empowerment era. So you just got to adjust to it. And you work on like your strengths. Like being from Michigan and playing for the Red Wings. I would love to. Why wouldn't you? So here's a couple names I've seen on the market that I would I'd like to kick around on with or without Larkin. I mean, we got to play hockey next year. We got to play 84 games. So let's try and get some different people in this bottom 6, maybe. So the first guy I'm looking at, and he could even fit in our top 6. We don't even know. We don't even know what kind of team we have right now. But is Eli Tolvanen. Once Predator, was on Seattle for a bit. Nasty shot, just a great scorer. Pretty consistent, like 20 goal guy. Bring him here. Just give him a shot. I mean, you could say he's pretty similar to Arvidsson, but Kane's leaving. We need to fill some holes. Why not? He reminds me of like a sneaky signing we could get in, like a Daniel Sprong a couple years ago. Shout out Daniel Sprong. But like something like that you can get in for the sneak, maybe at like 3 or 4 mil. Maybe like 2-3 years. What I've seen, I like the player, but I don't know. It's kind of weird that he hasn't been signed yet. We're 22 days into free agency, so maybe I don't know something, and maybe that's a reason people are staying away from him. But who knows? Another one I got is another forward I like, obviously because he's from Slovakia, but Pavel Regenda, who I don't believe got qualified for San Jose, which I was kind of surprised by. I did see at the beginning of this month, he made it pretty clear to like the agent and the team that he would like to stay and build with the San Jose Sharks group. But like, who wouldn't, buddy? Who wouldn't? So, yeah, if they're not going to sign you, why don't you think about coming to play for the Red Wings? Like I said, another player we could put in the bottom 6 and replace any of these guys besides Rasmussen that didn't really show up at all last year. And like he's 6'4", I believe, 6'4", and he's a big winger. And he had some touch when I watched the San Jose games. He had like some touch with the puck, like gets it to the net. Like, why not give that one a shot? Like, why not? Like, even on a 1-year deal, because like realistically, who was in our bottom 6? Think about it. Because I'm thinking about it, and I can hardly think of who was in there. Yeah, and you don't really want to run it back with that group. Like, what did Todd call them? Jerseys? Just a group of jerseys out there. So, that's why I don't understand. Just take a shot. And here's another one. So, all these guys I'm bringing up now, so I got 3 here. They're all forwards, and they all pretty much do the same exact thing. But we could use some more goals. You know, the cat can't score them all. So the next guy I got is Artur Kaliev. He was in the Ottawa Senators system. I don't think they qualified him, and I don't think he's going to be playing there again. He spent most of the year in the AHL, but holy moly. When I watched this kid at World Juniors a few years ago, he played for USA. I was like, that's the best shot I've seen ever. Like, obviously not, but what a shot this kid has. Just an absolute sniper. And he did get in some trouble last year with, I think, a little bit of like the gambling thing that's going on. So wait, damn. I just realized that him and Shane Pinto were the two players that got in trouble for like gambling, and they're both on Ottawa. That's strange. But whatever. I think he just got fined. I didn't think he got suspended or anything. So why not give Kaliev a chance? I mean, maybe he could get some minutes in the bottom six. If not, we got a sniper in Grand Rapids. Like, I don't know. Like, I want this version of the Red Wings this next season to be two things. Like, physical and hard to play against is pretty much the same thing. So it's not two things. But just be hard to play against. Like, if we're not going to have Larkin, like, I still want to be competitive. Like, I know Buffalo made the playoffs for the first time last year, but they don't really scare me that much. Just look out. When I do my season preview episode, just watch Buffalo this year. We'll see. I don't think they're on like a Montreal level like everyone's comparing them to. I mean, that could all change if they get Hellebuck, but I just don't think they're quite there yet. And that Byram loss, pay attention. He's nasty. Boston does not scare me, even though they beat the shit out of us all the time. Do not scare me. Don't care. They just got Paterka. Don't care. So let's at least just be competitive. Like, it's the fans need something, dude. Because right now, it's like the worst fan base you can have. And I think the Red Wings fans are the best fan base out there. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the worst way a fan base could possibly be, where they're at the point where they don't care. Like, they don't care. It's been that long that the Red Wings have sucked that they just don't care. Like, they're not going to watch the games anymore. They're not pissed off because they're losing. They just don't care. And that's not good. That's the worst. Like, with my buddy Robbie now, we've got a kind of a bit that he does. I don't appreciate it, but over the past few years, I'll be like, hey, did you watch the Wings game last night? And he's like, oh, they still haven't sold the team and formed a pickleball team yet? Like, why are they still playing hockey? And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why. Bring Datsuk back. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Tolvanen, nice little player. Kaliev, could be worth it. And Regenda. That's a Slovakia guilty pleasure, but 6'4" winger. Why not? Just try it. And give the C to Rasmussen, and let's get going. So, all right, last thing I'm going to discuss here is the future GM options. And like I said, I provided 10. I won't spend too much time on them because I don't really know what I'm talking about here. I'm just going to give you some of the names I've heard, where they're at, and what they do. So I'm going to start off with my first three, and this does not matter to me. I just want us to pick the right guy, but these first three are going to have Red Wing ties. All right, I know. So the first one is Jamie Pusher. Remember Jamie Pusher? Yeah. All this time you thought Yzerman was going to save the Red Wings, but it was Jamie Pusher. Look at that. So he is the director of player personnel in Tampa, and heard pretty good things about him from the podcast I listened to, but like around the league, I guess he's pretty well respected. So that's a candidate to put on the list. The next one, Marty Lapointe. I know y'all remember Marty Lapointe. Shout out Mrs. Ford. So Marty Lapointe is with Montreal right now, and he is also a director of player personnel. So, and he's got a pretty good reputation around the league. So, both of those guys you could see being future GMs. You just wonder if it's now. And then the last guy I'm going to bring up, which is probably the biggest talking one right now, is Brendan Shanahan, who I believe is working for the league. So, I don't know if I want to go through that again. like my favorite all-time Red Wing was Sergei Fedorov, but Steve Yzerman was pretty close. So to go through these past 7 years and hear mostly dumbass people just trashing this man. This is one of my favorite Red Wings growing up. Got me into the sport. Captain Red Wing. Like, yeah, I didn't really like that. So I don't know if I could do that with another Red Wings legend like Brendan Shanahan. Like, would the Irish jig get forever canceled? Like, would that never be played again? Well, they don't play it at LCNA anyways. Fucking A. Bring back the Joe. But I don't know if I would like that. So, like, the former Red Wing thing, like, I love it because you're going to get someone who cares about, obviously, the Red Wings, like, deeply. But it's not a deal breaker for me. And it's not even, like, the top choice anymore. Like I said, I don't want to go through this Yzerman thing again because it was up to me. He would have been the GM for the rest of my existence of the Red Wings. He could have done whatever he wanted. I did not like that. People saying, like, ruined his legacy here. Shut up. All right. So the next few I got on the list here, these are these are assistant GMs in the league. So the first one is Brett Peterson. He is assistant general manager with the Florida Panthers, and they've been doing pretty good. Been in the Stanley Cup 3 of the past 4 years. So that's kind of where I'm looking. I'm kind of looking at that, like, okay, you've had success. You're like the second guy there. How about you come be the first guy here? We'll give you the keys. You can drive the car. The next guy is Evan Gold from the Boston Bruins, who was, like, when the Vancouver GM search was going on, was like this close to being named the GM of Vancouver, but I guess just fell apart right before, and they hired Brian Johnson. So he is the assistant GM of the Boston Bruins, highly touted around the league too. It's another name to look out for. And then we got Darren York, who is another assistant GM. I believe he's running the Chicago Wolves down there. That's the AHL team for the Hurricanes. So with that one, you're getting a guy who, I think the Chicago Wolves just went to the AHL championship too. I think they lost though. Serves them right. Fuck that foot kid. But yeah, I mean, that's another one you're just picking from success. So you get the second guy in their operation, bring him up. Hey, you're the first guy here. So then the next one I'm going to bring up, the last of the assistant GMs, is Sean Horkoff, who is currently with us. And I'm going to say Sean Horkoff or Chris Draper. A lot of people are saying it should be Horkoff because he's more like plugged in, I guess. So whatever they say, I don't know. Sean Horkoff's running the Griffins right now. He's been in the Red Wings system for a bit. I feel like he's been here with Yzerman for a bit now. I don't know. I don't know, because on one hand, he knows like all the prospects and like you guys remember the start that the Griffins went on this year. That was just an absolute storm. So did I freeze? Oh no, I froze.